Go to your pops. Go, Carter. You should be the first one. Go.
You can't get too close.
Now let his kids go. Where's daughter?
Let's not get close to the gate, guys. They're gonna tell us to move.
If you've somehow been living under a rock, Max B just walked out of prison yesterday after serving 15 years in the feds. This man was originally hit with 75 years, but his sentence got chopped down majorly, and he ended up doing 16. And trust me, he's been making up for lost time already. He popped out at the Jets game, French Montana pulled up on him, and he's been outside trying to reclaim every moment those 15 locked up years stole from him. And of course, the second 50 Cent heard the news, he jumped online to troll Jim Jones, because everyone knows those two have a long, ugly history. 50 dropped a screenshot from Belly, the scene with that shady dude eating the banana, and captioned it, "Dude said Max's home is packed in Harlem. Jimmy about to drop a dime on these, LOL." Then he posted a clip of DJ Wookit FaceTiming with Max B, just to pour a little more gas on the fire.
Welcome home. Thank you, man. Hey, yo, tell Boo-Boo I said what up. See, big homie Boo-Boo I said what up.
Oh, so let's work, man. He just dropped a new joint, so let's work. He's back in the studio. Let's work.
Alright, say no more. I'm ready. Let's get it. I'm ready.
See, the Jim Jones Max B situation is one of Harlem's wildest beefs. A mix of loyalty, betrayal, and street politics that exploded into the rap world. Before Max was yelling "wavy baby," and before Jim Jones was shouting "we fly high," these two were tight. They moved together, in the streets and in the studio, until money, fame, and ego ripped the whole thing apart. Let's jump back to the early 2000s. Jim Jones was buzzing with Dipset, running with Cameron and Jules Santana. He was already a Harlem name, but he wanted his own wave. That's when he built Bird Gang and linked up with Max B, the smooth-talking ex-con with a melodic voice and a swagger Harlem hadn't really seen before. Max could write, sing, rap. He was like 50 Cent mixed with Nate Dogg, but Harlem-styled. Jim saw a star. Max helped craft massive records like We Fly High. Yes, Ballin', one of Jim's biggest hits. But here's where things cracked. Max felt he wasn't getting the credit, the respect, or the bag that came with the success. Behind the lights and tour life, he started thinking, I'm writing these hits, so where's my Ballin' money? Rumors popped up that Max was stuck in messy contracts, barely getting paid, while Jim was eating off his work. Max started talking spicy in interviews, calling himself the brains behind Jim's rise, and Jim wasn't having that. From there, the shots started flying in songs, DVDs, and everywhere in between.
She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, cause she loves Max. She touched it in Miami.
Max B started dropping a few diss tracks of his own, clowning Jim Jones for the skinny jeans, calling the whole crew broke. Jim snapped back with Let's Ride and shifted his focus to Stack Bundles and Mel Matrix, trying to rebuild Bird Gang without Max in the picture. What started as music trash talk turned into a full-blown Harlem rivalry, but then everything took a darker turn. In 2009, Max B got wrapped up in a botched robbery turned murder case in New Jersey, a setup gone sideways. He was hit with a 75-year sentence, which pretty much put an end to the feud. Still, before that cell door slammed, Max made sure his voice was heard. From behind bars, he kept trolling Jim, calling him Bum Jones, and taking credit for the whole wave. Meanwhile, Jim stayed active, dropped Capo, joined Love and Hip Hop, and kept himself woven into the culture. But fans always felt the same. Jim and Max together could have been an iconic Harlem duo. Instead, pride and street politics turned their story into a warning. Years later, Max's sentence got reduced. He's on his way home. And surprisingly, Jim Jones started extending olive branches. In interviews, he said there's no beef, that time smooths everything out. Even French Montana, Max's day one, hinted that the two might finally fix things. Two Harlem staples finally realizing that the wave they built still echoes through hip-hop. The beef, messy. The legacy, unforgettable. And the back and forth between 50 Cent and Jim Jones goes back nearly 2 decades. In the mid-2000s, Jim was riding with Dipset, while 50 and G-Unit controlled the charts with In the Club and Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Then, in 2007, 50 jumps on the radio and calls Coach Records, Dipset's label, a graveyard for rappers, basically saying, if you ain't on a major, you done. Jim took that straight to the chest, because Coach was his independent grind. And just like that, Harlem versus Queens had a new chapter.
Yeah, my niggas be on my dick, right?
50 kept mocking him as Love and Hip Hop Jimmy, saying since he wasn't moving real album numbers, he needed the reality TV checks to stay
Jim
afloat.
Jones right now. This bitch ain't answering. We go back to the gym right now. Right now. You know already. I just left the gym. We go back to the gym right now. I smoke her. Pick up your FaceTime, bitch. Where you at? You holler stuck in Queens.
And even this year, 50 posted a screenshot of Jimmy's latest album sales with the caption, "Damn, Jimmy sold less than my vitamin water cases last month."
I'm so afraid of Ja Rule, Jim Jones, and Freaky that I'm hiding out in Texas.
So yeah, Jim Jones and 50 Cent probably have the funniest Cold War in hip-hop right now. No diss tracks, just memes, interviews, and non-stop shade. You think 50's gonna keep trolling? Or should Jim finally spin the block with a diss track of his own? And now with Max B back outside, do you think they'll squash the beef and bless Harlem with a collab? If you're still riding the wave, drop one in the comments.